Here we are, TMR Tours, doing Islands of Adventure, one of my favorite theme parks just because of the full immersion of all the different areas. Now, really cool stuff to note is the intro as you're walking in. They do play a lot of Harry Potter, but there is a custom-made soundtrack for the Open Trader Market, which is one of my favorite songs out of any theme park ever. So let's go into Islands of Adventure. So here, off to my side, is the trading outpost. This is where you can get your last minute shop stuff. So like the Universal store, that is the mega store here at Universal Islands of Adventure. So going through the trader market, you can see there's a ton to look at, ton to do, really fun. And the best part is what's coming up here. If you listen, you can actually hear the creaking. We are outside of Seuss Landing, a great kids area here at Islands of Adventure. Now, Theodore Geisel, Dr. Seuss, never thought anyone could physicalize his world, so he never actually got attractions until after he departed. His widow actually approved Universal to test it out. They built the carousel, which was the first item, and that blew her away and said, you know what, you guys can do it, I have faith. So now we have Seuss Landing. So when you enter Seuss Landing, if you're just trying to get around it to get to Hogwarts, a really nice fact is if you go towards Green Eggs and Ham, there's a back pathway that actually cuts straight through beyond all the wraparound of Seuss Landing. So if you don't want to go all the way around the carousel, you're going to want to go towards Green Eggs and Ham. Great storybook ride, super cool dark ride, much like the Fantasyland rides at Disney, but here it is, Cat in the Hat.
We looked, and we saw him sit in on the mat. We looked and we saw him, the Cat in the Hat.
Let that cat go away. You do not want to play. He should not be about when your mother is out.
Our fish came down too. He fell into the pot.
I call them Thing 1 and Thing 2. They are tame. Oh, so tame. They have come here to play. They will give you some fun on this wet, wet, wet day.
So here we are next to Green Eggs and Ham. As I said, there's a little pathway back here. It's always dead because people don't even really know about it. But if you go back here, all the way through to the other side. So you won't have to go all the way around everything in Seuss Landing. And another cool thing is when you go back here, you have another thing to look at. The Zacks. You have their tracks. You might have noticed them in another part of Seuss Landing, but you didn't know where they went because they just kind of disappear into the wall. Well, right here, kind of like the story says, everything was built around their tracks. North-going and south-going Zacks. There they are, stuck right in their path, as the story says, and the world was built around them. See, and when you take that pathway, you pop out right over here. As I said, you're right by the other entrance and or exit to Seuss Landing. So utilize it that way. Nice little secret shortcut path. Poseidon's Fury, a really cool water and special effects show that actually takes you into the chambers of Poseidon. Across the way is the Mythos restaurant. It's actually 6 times in a row, 6 years in a row, it was rated the #1 theme park restaurant. So check both of those out when you're in the Lost Continent. Those of you that don't know TMR, we have a magic shop at the Sterling Renaissance Festival. Behind me, you can actually get your coins and or medallions stamped and pressed at the same location. Hans of Bronze is the owner of the shop. You can get a custom medallion made just for you right here.
I'm actually heading to New York Thursday. Hi. Yes, please indeed. Hi. Prepare yourselves as the hammer's coming down and striking. Aye, superbly squashed indeed. Now we shall have a look and see how well our medal has turned out. It's a Leonardo da Vinci invention at work today, and I do describe it as an invention, more one of his great ideas, you know. Taken from the pages of his notebooks, we've turned it into a working production model, and of course, smashing metal well with it. Look at that. There we are. The image of the Oriental dragon and the winged dragon. Perfectly pounded. Prepare yourselves, for the hammer is coming down and striking. Aye. But the hammer itself, 150 pounds of lead and steel. And the higher the hammer goes, the harder the hammer hits. And what we have to show. A unicorn!
So as I said, right here you can get your own medallion coin smashed live in the Da Vinci press. You basically pick your emblems, your 2 different images, and they'll smash it for you right then and there. Fans of 7th Voyage of Sinbad, right here is the 8th Voyage of Sinbad, a really fun entertainment show. It's basically a stunt show. You can see all your friends from Sinbad and Kebab.
Hey! What's happening? Everything's fine. A hero's work is never done! Ah!
Hey guys, here we are in my favorite, Hogsmeade Village, and right behind me is Hogwarts, where you can go inside and either ride the ride or take just the castle tour just to see all the cool interworkings of Hogwarts.
Hermione did it! They're flying! Keep up, Ron! Run away! We'll meet you outside!
So cool fact about the castle right behind me. From here, that castle looks huge, when in reality, it's just forced perspective. That is only a fraction of what the real castle would be.
So guys, right behind us here is Ollivander's, where you can get your wand in Hogsmeade.
As you can see, here inside the Owl Coast, it's very tight and small. So if you see it open, come on in and get in here right away. Because the Ollivander's Wand Selection Show happens right behind that door, and it lets out right into here. So if it's clear, come on in. This is your shot. While you're here, make sure you get yourself some butterbeer, a beloved favorite of all of our Harry Potter characters. You can get it 2 different ways. You can get it a classic butterbeer, or you can get a blended butterbeer. Personally, I like the blended more than the regular. It's got a nice little marshmallow topping on top. Check it out.
So here it is, the Dragon Challenge. What used to be Dueling Dragons when all of this was part of the Lost Continent. Now, fun fact, this might be closing soon, so if you want to check out this coaster, come see it. 2 different coasters that interact. It's the Dragon Challenge. Now, what it might turn into is a fantastical Beasts ride, and those interactive wands Stacy was talking about, those will actually be utilized to change the outcome of the ride for the riders. So it'll be a totally interactive ride, and it'll be up to you to decide the outcome.
Hogwarts Express always on schedule. All passengers wishing to board kindly make your way into Hogsmeade Station of England.
So guys, we just checked out Hogsmeade at Hogwarts. Now we're going into Jurassic Park. Very cool.
Hey guys, we're here at Jurassic Park. We're right about to come up Thunder Falls, right behind the cafe. We're gonna see some boats come down.
So some fun facts about the Jurassic Park River Adventure. It was first built in Hollywood Universal Studios. Slightly different, but basically they are the same ride. However, the Hollywood version has a much more animated and grandiose T-Rex. But if you want to get face-to-face with a T-Rex in Florida, here's where you do it.
Welcome to Jurassic Park. The ultrasaurs in this lagoon are among the largest creatures ever to walk the earth. Up on our tour is Hadrosaur such as
It's a really great ride if you want to get wet on a warm day. So, check it out, Jurassic Park River Adventure. it is, Skull Island Reign of Kong, the brand new Kong ride. Let's check it out. Now, for those die-hard Universal fans, you might remember Kongfrontation in the old park was the original Kong ride. This holds up to it. It's a lot more 3D digital, but you still get a great animatronic at the end. So we're here outside of Toon Lagoon. It's a great place inside Islands of Adventure. It actually celebrates some of the old comic strips that you find in the newspapers and such. It has two really great water rides, both Bildrat's Barges, it's a Popeye themed ride, as well as Ripsaw Falls, which is Dudley Do Right. So it's a lot of fun, check it out. It's almost a Mickey Mouse. So here he is, Popeye, a favorite cartoon character of mine because it's very close to my heart. My grandma had some VHS shorts with some Popeye on it. And Bildrat's Barges, let me tell you, it's a very long raft ride that you will get wet on. So please check it out, enjoy it, and let's go have a look at Popeye. Popeye's piano, and if you play the right tune, it actually... The olive oil, if you will. So not a lot of people know, but if you go in the far back of Bildrat's Barges by the Olive, the ship, you actually have a very nice walkway that scans the edge of the shore of the island's lake. So you get a lot of good vantage points to see your family get soaked on barges, as well as a nice place to just kind of walk and see the landscape. Ripsaw Falls, Universal's take on Splash Mountain, if you will. But what's nice about this, it actually has two drop hills to help with traffic flow, as well as when it was built, it was one of the largest log flume drops in the country. So, kind of like Bildrat's Barges, Ripsaw Falls also has a lot of fun. Whoops! Whoops! about to check out the newly refurbished Hulk ride. It's a really fun attraction. You launch into a zero-G roll. Check it out. Marvel section of Islands of Adventure. Now, Disney owns Marvel now. It's kind of interesting, but they can still use all these because of the licensing agreement. Now, you will not see any Doctor Doom or Spider-Man rides at Disney because they're only going to be allowed to be in this park. But let's check out Spider-Man right now. That's a really fun ride. So here we are in the shop after Spider-Man. Now, of course, Stan Lee is the man, the myth, the legend behind Spider-Man. And if you keep your eyes out, he's actually in the video, in the ride, 3 times. So there's 3 appearances of Stan Lee. Also, if you call the number you see on the marquee of the theater, the one that Doc Ock destroys, you might have a fun little message from the theater. Now, also, a fun fact about the cars, they are actually worth a few Lamborghinis, so they are almost $500,000 for each of those ride cars. Pretty expensive ride when they put it in. It really advanced dark rides to the future, to what we know now for the Hogwarts and things like that. But also, a cool fact, our hometown, Buffalo, New York, they actually designed those cars at Moog, which is an aerospace aeronautics firm, and they've done stuff with Boeing as well as NASA. So you're in good hands when you're riding Spider-Man. So guys, that's it for Universal Islands of Adventure. That song is still chiming, really awesome, really enduring. And I hope you enjoyed it, hope you learned some stuff. We'll see you next time on TMR Tours.